I'm old enough to remember when the Julius Randall three-team trade was the biggest trade of yesterday. A wild day in the NBA got kind of kicked off with a three-team deal involving the Nets, the Bulls, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think we can declare a winner in the Julius Randall Karl Anthony Towns trade now. An interesting swap of players and picks and ideas, and most importantly, money. Let's break down this interesting three-team trade from the association. So yes, the Minnesota Timberwolves clearing up some cap space and then filling it immediately in a three-team trade with Chicago and Brooklyn. Here are the details. To Brooklyn is Julius Randall and the 28th overall pick in tonight's draft. Nic Claxton goes to Chicago. And to Minnesota is the 33rd overall pick. And again, a significant amount of cap space. So that's if you're looking for the why in this whole thing for Minnesota, and they're the best team of this, so let's focus on them first. Losing Randall does take a bit of a bite out of this team, but you still have enough there that can fill in around him now. It's Naz Reid going to be in the starting lineup. You can still go Gobert with Reid and Anthony Edwards. It was just a matter of freeing up the cap space to sign. Sorry, I'm very choked up about it, apparently. It was just about keeping the cap space to sign Dosunmu to that contract extension. He's the point guard that they have been missing for a while now, and this is the move now that allows them to do it. So if you are just looking at this from just in a vacuum, and did they get enough for Julius Randall? I would say no. Moving Julius Randall so you can move down 5 spots in the draft, that feels not great from a basketballing standpoint, but the bigger picture is what Minnesota is doing here right now with Dosunmu. So cap space wise, again, all this stuff is so all over the place right now with the money going out, money going in. Minnesota, let's just presume they're kind of up against it a little bit. This is kind of their team now with this group. I do think Dosunmu does help them out in a way to just get them into their offense a little bit better. It's the point guard they've been missing for a while. Having him with a full season now with Edwards and Reid and these guys to get things rolling, I do think is going to be beneficial to this basketball club and help put them in a pretty good spot. But again, looking at this, they're locked in with this group now. Is it better than the Spurs? I don't think so. I know so. It's not. Is it better than Oklahoma City? I don't believe it is. Are they better than the Denver Nuggets? Right now, I would say yes. Denver has an interesting offseason ahead. So they're still a top 3 team, I would say, in the Western Conference right now, but they have quite a bit of room to make up. So you are hoping for quite a bit of development from Dosunmu. Anthony Edwards just turns into a world beater, and not that he isn't close to that already, but it does kind of lock them in with this group now, it feels like. And I don't know how much upward mobility there is in any of these guys. But with Randall, the only reason there was upward mobility is because you didn't know what you were getting from him on a nightly basis, especially when it came to playoff time. So I can understand it for Minnesota, but it does kind of feel like they're a little locked into this. As far as look, again, the salary cap in the NBA, I just kind of wait for Bobby Marks to tweet stuff out. It's a little bit tricky to kind of figure out. So I'm sure Minnesota has some moves that they could make. We'll see, like DiVincenzo, that one's a year, right? So he's not coming back. They probably have more on the bench than I'm giving them credit for. And again, I still think it's a good team. And I do still think this was a necessary move. Again, if they don't make this move, it's not like they can, just go sign LeBron. There isn't that is out there for them. They are just hoping for some internal growth here. And this, I think, really locks it in. As far as the other pieces are concerned here, Brooklyn, this is an interesting move for them as they get the 28th pick in the draft. They move Claxton out and they bring Randall in. Now, I don't know if they're going to look at flipping Randall or they want a New York Knicks adjacent star to try to get any kind of buzz back in that building, because everyone talking about how, what's so special about this Knicks trophy is that it's not like the Yankees and the Mets. It's not like the Giants and the Jets. It's not like the Islanders and the Rangers. The Knicks are New York's team. They unified the 5 boroughs, and Brooklyn's over here just wait, what? We had KD and 5 draft. What? So maybe they're just trying to hey, remember when this guy was a Knick? Come on down and watch the Brooklyn Nets. I think it could be it's an interesting experiment having him run out there with the 5 guards that they drafted last year and try to put up some scoring there. Him with MPJ and a couple of these guards, like maybe there's a something there to be a little frisky in East Division or an Eastern Conference, sorry, that you have to assume is getting like a little bit better, right? With like Milwaukee was bad last year anyway, so they're not going to be like on the come up now for a bit, but it's not like that is one that was a significant drop. You have the Wizards are getting better now. I don't love the Trae Young signing, but the Wizards are going to be getting better. Miami obviously got better. Like that, there's a lot better happening right now in the East. I don't know if Brooklyn breaks through into that conversation with a Julius Randall trade. So maybe this is just bringing in another piece that they can then flip to try to get something else going. But it's another piece that it is this a guy we're building around or is this a piece that we're moving on from? And they also had Porter, but like they get it for Claxton, who I like actually. Like I don't mind Claxton. Admittedly, I didn't watch a ton of Brooklyn Nets games this year, so I don't know if it's an odd fit or what, but this feels like Randall is a better player than Claxton, but not by a substantial margin. So it's maybe a bit of a lateral move, but you get the 28th pick as well. And maybe there is, I guess, a bit more, like I said before, upward mobility in Randall's game that you can get out of it than maybe Claxton could. As far as the Bulls are concerned, they're the one that has the kind of steadiest cap situation, so was able to pull it up from Bobby Marks on Twitter. I want to be very clear. Again, I was just talking about how the Nets, it's going to be tough in a improving Eastern Conference. That's the same for the Bulls here. Like, it's still the same Eastern Conference. But I kind of like a little bit what's happening here. Like, Buzelis, I think, is a thing. Giddey can be a starting point guard on a very good basketball team. He's not like best player on a title team or anything like that, but he can be a starting guard on a good basketball team. Okoro's kind of a thing. Dillingham and Williams are both ones that I'm just going to hold on to. Like, I think I'm still going to be convinced that there's something there. Essenge as well. I think there might be maybe something there, but like they have a lot of, if you squint, you can see it here. They're going to get a very good player in the draft tonight at 4. I don't think this team's as far away as it felt this time last year. I think they have made some pretty smart moves to bring in a few of these pieces. You are missing that star, and you're hoping that the guy that you get that falls to you at 4 is that star. And then Dillingham reaches his potential. Claxton kind of balls out a little bit, and Buzelis continues his progression here. Like there's a little bit of something happening here in Chicago right now. It is more of a something than they have had in a while, at least. You can say that. But it's not championship worthy or anything like that. They still have a long way to go, but I do like this move. Like they basically just bring on Claxton. And so again, 4 and 15 in the draft tonight, that is going to help them out, I think, quite a bit. Obviously, like 4 is going to be a very good player, whoever they end up getting. 15, it's a pretty deep draft, so you're able to help yourself out there as well. And bringing in Claxton, kind of solidifying that center spot, I think it's a good move for the Chicago Bulls. Am I being too optimistic on Chicago? I feel like I kind of am. Like make no mistake, they're going to be bad next year, but there's at least something kind of building with Chicago right now. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Am I being too nice to Chicago? Am I being too hard on Randall? And where's Minnesota's ceiling? Like, where can Minnesota get better to get into the Spurs Thunder conversation? Let me know in the comments, and we can keep chatting about it there. Also, share this with your basketball fan friends. I love the community we've built here at Couch Potato Diary, but we're looking to do more of it. So send this off to your basketball fan friends, and we can keep the conversations going here on whether it be in the comments on YouTube or over on social media, where you can find me at Primetime Klein.